Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnanadevula channel. Today we will try to understand the meaning of Kalpana. Whenever this term Kalpana appears, when we go through the scriptures or Hindu philosophy, how should we understand this term Kalpana? So there are different ways in which and the context in which you can understand Kalpana. Let us go through each one of them. But generally Kalpana is imagination. But it is not just as imagination only. It has a profound concept in Sanātana Dharma with lot of layers of meaning. So that extend from metaphysical creation to the working of this human mind. But before we go to the details, I request you to please like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Please go through the content without skipping, and I also request you to make a comment on this, whatever that you have listened to this. Now coming back to this Kalpana. Kalpana, beyond imagination in Sanātana Dharma it is. Kalpana as Māyā. In Advaita Vedānta, Kalpana is intimately tied with Māyā, the illusionary power that projects the universe. Sri Śaṅkarācārya in his commentaries often describes the phenomenal world as kalpitaṃ jagat, jagat kalpitaṃ. That means the world is imagined or projected to be upon the nirguṇa Brahman. Nirguṇa means there is no characteristic at all, but on this the world is imagined. Like the famous rope and then snake analogy, where rope appears as a snake due to kalpana. It is not reality. Rajju sarpanyaya, the rope snake analogy. Now this highlights how Kalpana can bind the jiva, that is individual self, into samsara through what we call this mistaken identity. Now this is one angle. The other thing is that Kalpana in meditation, in dhyana, how do we understand the word Kalpana during dhyana? In Tantra and then Bhakti traditions, Kalpana is a kind of a positive spiritual faculty. This Kalpana is used to visualize deities, that is your Ishta Devata, your gods, your whatever form you want to visualize, in dhyana, particularly when you meditate. It is used to visualize deities. It is used to visualize yantras. See, yantras are geometric patterns which are very common and then widely used in Tantra tradition, and divine forms. This is called as Dhyana Kalpana. Kalpanaya Shri Devim Chintayet Hridaye Sthitam. With imagination, you visualize the goddess, you visualize the god, you visualize the form, whatever you want to visualize, you visualize. It is seated in your, as if it is seated in your heart, as it is, it is there. This is not falsehood. This Kalpana is Medha Pushti. That means it is nourished by as of nourishment of spiritual intellect. The intellect through the spiritual way, it is Medha Pushti. This aids concentration and devotion. This is required. Kalpana and meditation is required. You can't just leave that. Now, there is one more angle. Kalpana in Kalpa Sutras. What are those Kalpa Sutras? These Kalpa Sutras, they are all manuals, ritual manuals. It is shared its root in Kalpana. It suggests a method of arrangement Whatever you do, there is a systematic way of doing it. The correct and creative structuring of rituals. Here, Kalpana reflects not fantasy, not something like, imagining and things like that. It is a systematic design which is required for a dharmic action. Yatha vidhi kalpitaha yajnaha. Yatha vidhi, as per the vidhi, as per the proper scriptural, scriptures, the sacrifice is arranged according to that kalpana. Apart from this, you have creative force, srishti sakti. Kalpana, you can understand Kalpana as a creative force also. Particularly in the Puranas, the cosmology aspect in the Puranas, the act of creation, the act of Srishti, Brahma, the action he has created, is described as a mental process, as a thoughtful process which is in the mind, which happens in the mind, a kalpana that brings forth the cosmos. This is kalpana. Sa kalpayamasa lokan. He imagined, the Brahma Lord, he imagined the projection, project the worlds. He imagined so that he could project the worlds. This creative imagination is not illusory. It's a divine will. It's a sattvic kalpana. This is one more angle. Now you have, usually, kalpana and the poetic insight, poetic kavya, whoever writes poems, whoever writes shlokas, whoever writes, he has got his own kalpanas. Particularly in Sanskrit poetry and aesthetics, kalpana is essential for rasanirvava, bhavana. That means evoking some kind of aesthetic experience. Poets are very famous in that, and poets are often called as kalpana vantaha. That means who are seers of imagination, who are imaginative. They have this imaginative skills. Kavinam manaso janma kalpana. Imagination is the birthplace of the poet's mind. So that is how, kalpana in the poetic language. So now, kalpana, the meaning of kalpana, you see 5-6 angles you can see the meaning of this kalpana. So, to conclude, kalpana is not merely fantasy, something like, falsehood, I come like this, in Sanātana Dharma. It spans on various fields like, illusory perception as in Māyā, meditative visualization as in dhyana, then ritualistic designs in Kalpa Sutras, how this rituals have to be performed, in what way they have to be performed, a strict and streamlined way of doing it. Then you have this divine creation as in Srishti, and of course the artistic insight as in Kavya. Yes. So when this kalpana is properly directed, kalpana becomes a tool for liberation. Misguided, it sustains samsara. If you're not properly using it is in samsara. So viewers, with this explanation on kalpana, we conclude this episode. I hope this was quite informative and then quite thoughtful. Having gone through this video talk, we request you to please like, share and then comment, and also post your share this with your contacts. Thank you viewers for your valuable time in listening to this. Thank you.